It's time to explore the infrastructure and tools that will define the future of tech startups.
This is one of those questions that I've had 100 times.
We're bringing the experts to your ears. In a world where technology evolves faster than we can keep up, and it's crucial for founders to stay ahead of the curve, whether it's the transformative potential of Web3, the omnipresence of artificial intelligence, or the intricacies of blockchain, we've got you covered. But What the Three is more than a podcast. It's a mission to empower you, the backbone and future of technology, with the knowledge and insights and wisdom from those who've navigated these waters before. From reputable startup leaders to seasoned professionals, we're bringing the experts to your ears. Our inaugural season is packed with everything you need to lay the foundation for your venture. We're talking venture capital insights, legal insights, go-to-market strategies, and so much more. Each episode is a piece of the puzzle, helping you to see the big picture of what it means to run an emerging tech business. But it's not just about the hard skills, it's about the mindset, the strategies, and the failures, and the victories. It's about understanding that the heart of technology, it's about people who make a difference. That's why we're here, to connect you with the stories and strategies and the people behind the tech. So, whether you're in the trenches of building your startup or you're dreaming of launching the next big thing, What the Three is your guide through the ever-changing landscape of emerging technology. So join us on the adventure as we explore the next stage of the internet, dive into the minds of startup founders, unravel the complexities of venture capital, and so much more. Together, we'll uncover the secrets to success in the tech ecosystem, one episode at a time. So buckle up and dive into the world of emerging tech with our very first episode, What is Web3, the next stage of the internet? It's time to explore the infrastructure and tools that will define the future of tech startups. I should have said that earlier.
Why do I feel that we need like the more you know kind of thing rolling in right now? Like you know that thing, right? It's like the more you know, and or Skeletor or Fallout.
Yeah. One man.
Yeah, exactly.
One opportunity.
This is the key. For me, this is the key that I would have put in, like, we're going to try and have some fun with it. It's going to be professional. It's going to be to the point. But everything we said I just said there, we're going to be delivering. And it's not going to be dry. What the Three After Dark is going to be very not dry. Like, we're going to have a lot of fun with that. But this is going to be very structured. And I think that's something that Charlie wants to talk to you next, that this isn't also just a sporadic, random kind of collection of thoughts. This is, what is it, like 6 to 9 months worth of work going into this project in terms of what we've prepped for it. So there's been a lot of thought, a lot of strategy, a lot of pivoting left and right around specific concepts till we've figured out what we're very sure is the perfect formula for, say, how we would want to ingest this content, because, say, we're you guys, we're the listeners in a lot of this, but also allowing for the guests to tell us that we're all wrong. That's all fine, because we're all learning together. So, Charlie, do you want to run us through the structure? I say this is a season. Has a beginning, it has a middle, and it has an end. This isn't like each week's a different guest for a random reason, is it?
No. So, I mean, we went back and forth on this quite a bit, and the idea being that we're looking at a 12 to 14 episode run. Our goal was to give people the kind of starter pack of what you should be thinking about and what you should do when you're starting a emerging tech startup. The first episode is us. Welcome to the episode. The second is the mindset of a startup founder. Originally, it was going to be how do you run a startup business, but it just became painfully obvious that this was really all about mindset. So we've, again, an example of the pivot that we've had to make. Third, venture capital insights. So it's in essence, so why, like, so much of the burden of figuring stuff out is on the startup founder. We're literally just going to go to people who know the market inside and out and ask them, what is it you are looking to invest in, and how do you see that? Like, what is it you're looking for? Why do you look at that way? Which, in, like, my hope is that episode will be able to give you the insight to be able to look in the right place and then position yourself correctly to be able to say, okay, I've answered these questions that the people who give money to these businesses are looking for.
I think just to quickly jump in, I think what it also allows people to do, and this will be really fun, so have a think about this and bring a notepad or your laptop with you when you're watching the first episode, is almost the idea of build along as well.
Yep.
Like you could, if you don't have an idea but you want to be an emerging tech founder and you're not, listen to the first episode. As Charlie said, that will give you the ideas of what people are investing in. You can then go away, do some thinking, speak to the 3GPT, and then come up with some ideas for a startup. And then the next week, it goes on. And do you want to explain how that process? Because it is like very much that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's literally step by step. So let's say you've got your mindset locked in, you've listened to us ramble and have a good time, and then you've spoken to VCs and got a general idea. Also, that access, right? So when could you get an hour-long meeting with a managing partner of a prolific VC in the Web3 space? Quite difficult, right? Episode 4 is then speaking to someone who has been on that journey and done it successfully time and time again, looking at the market landscape, which is the next thing you should do, and finding the opportunities. So when you're looking at the market, right, what are the VCs looking for? What should I be looking for? What are the patterns that I should be looking for? Why is this idea even remotely good? And how do you then quantify that? 5th episode, again, partner of a law firm, so it's legal insight. So is what I'm trying to do even legal? Was the 5th thing, or 4th originally, but 5th thing now, that we thought was probably a good question to ask up front. Moving on to go-to-market strategies. And this is one where I think it's just so fundamental in that people get wrong all the time. A lot of people I see, they go out, they have an idea, they ask their family, they think it's a good idea, and then they spend 6 months trying to build it. I've made that mistake too. The one thing to do is, and this is like, you either learn this lesson or you just get burnt by it over and over again. Figure out whether people want it first, whether there's an opportunity in the market, figure out whether the signals are good, figure out whether it's legal, and then try and pre-sell it, right? Go to market with the product already and see if anyone's willing to give you any money for it. Actual money. So let's go to market strategies is next. Validate your product, number 1. Devising an effective go-to-market strategy. So once you've validated it, how can I scale the way I validated it? Very simple. And then 7 is valuation.
I was going to say, quick answer there is go to Solana and do a pre-sell meme coin. Because that's all the rage at the moment. People just ape Solana at you. So there you go.
Problem solved.
Go on, Thomas.
No, I said problem solved.
Problem solved, yeah.
You don't need to listen to that episode if you're going to go on Solana and do a meme coin.
If your emerging tech is some sort of dog, Inu, cat, frog coin, then yeah, skip that one, pre-sell Solana, done the work for you.
Episode 7, moving on, is then valuation. So I've pre-sold it, got some traction, the market likes it, legals are there. What's this thing worth? Like, I think one of the things that people really have to ask themselves is this worth my time? Is this what I want to do? 8 is then looking at the finances. Like, how do I optimize my capital expenditure? Roughly how much do I give to what part of what function? 9 is potentially strategy and operations if we get the guest in. So, right, I've got my finance, I've got everything else lined up. What do I then do? What's the first thing I should be doing? What's the next thing I should be doing? How should I operationalize that? How should I run that? So it's not me jumping from task to task for 9 to 10 hours a day, struggling to keep the plate spinning. 10 is then, once you've got the start off, it's then what do you have to consider when you're running that business? Like, where are you looking for the edge in running that business? 11, tech building and innovation, like from a prolific builder. 12, it's growth strategies. So once you've got this mechanism, you've built this engine, how do you put more gas in the tank? 13, sales conversations. So how are we selling this machine that we've built? And 14 is what you're building towards, brand. How do you essentially build that goodwill? So everyone can go to the Far East and buy some sneakers for 50 quid, 20 quid, 10 quid. Why are Nike's 150? Brand. Like, how are you going to start your brand? How are you building your brand? What is it about your brand that's important? 15 bumper episode, UI UX. What is it as a base level design? And this is one of those questions that I've had 100 times, which is, what's the optimal outline for a landing page? How do I get people to convert? How do I get people to like sign up and, you know, click on my link and talk to me? So that's the 12 to 14 with the bonus. If you make it all the way through, that will become released to you. But yeah, that's the structure of the episodes.